Hi, I'm Legion. The trailer for Dune the Dark Ages just came out, so I thought, why not just make a breakdown for it? So let's just get straight into it. Now, the game is said to be a prequel to Doom 2016, and I'll make a later video on what that could mean and what we could expect from that. It's also said to be based off the Slayer's Testaments from Doom 2016, so I will probably make a video later down the line explaining what to expect from the game and such. On a quick note, in this gameplay footage, we see a good look at the Lucifer's Bane, aka the Super Shotgun, and in the background here, there is an Atlan fighting a Titan, which I just wanted to point out because it looked really cool. For a few seconds, we get a beautiful shot of a Sentinel church with a Maker statue in the middle, with a beautiful, scary and foreboding red light. We also see a few cultists committing a demonic ritual. I don't know what this could mean. We'll just have to see when the game comes out. Now, on the topic of the shield saw, it said this: block, throw, parry, and deflect, all from one input. And when you throw it, it will get stuck in enemies, and it will tear enemies apart, which will probably do a lot of damage until you retrieve it. You can even lunge back to it. Now, in this shot, we get a Hell Knight creating a green axe and then throwing a projectile at the Slayer. The Slayer then deflects it and then shoots him. We also see a few shield pickups, which I thought I'd just point out. We also get a shot of like a weird half spider, half man type demon, which looks pretty damn cool, not gonna lie. Now here we get our first shot of the combat shotgun. We get a shot here of the Slayer using the Skull Crusher to completely clear out an entire room worth of demonic invaders, and he also hits a explosive barrel, which I just wanted to point out. Now we get a weird shot here of the accelerator. It seems to like there's two of them, which is weird. So I don't know if this is a mod for it or just a straight up upgrade for it. It probably is a mod, but I just wanted to point it out since it caught me off guard first time I saw it. Now, instead of glowing blue or orange on the enemy, this time for the glory kill, it's indicated by a purple circle around the enemy that you can glory kill. We also get a really hardcore shot of the nail gun pretty much nailing a Hell Knight to the wall, which I just wanted to point out because it was metal as fuck. Now, the difficulty's got this thing where you can make your own difficulty pretty much. Of course, they've still got the difficulty level, Hurt Me Plenty, Ultraviolence, those things. But then now here we got modifiers, damage to player, damage to demons, etc, etc, etc. So in this game, you'll be able to like change the speed, the damage of like pretty much everything to like suit how you want to play the game, which I think is really cool. We also up here have menu input, automap input, Slayer input, Atlan input, Dragon input, and turret input. So it looks like at some point we're going to be piloting a turret, probably on a Sentinel vehicle, which I just wanted to point out since it was there. Now, for the Atlan, it's said to be its own thing. It's not just going to be a scripted section where you play through it once and then never again in the game. It's going to be its own thing. This is going to be the same for the Dragon. For the Atlan, you're going to be given, I think, a chain gun, and I don't know if there'll be more. There probably will be more, but you're given a chain gun, and basically you're going to be walking around killing Titans. Probably, maybe more enemies, which is probably likely. But for the Dragon too, you can see it like shooting at a demonic ship. It's strange about this demonic ship. It kind of has the architecture of the Father on it, which I just wanted. It looked a bit odd, so I wanted to like point it out. Now for exploration, we'll be going to, in the words of Hugo Martin, we'll be going to mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. We see a Sentinel area. I don't really know what to call it, but we have a Sentinel area. A place that, like a cathedral that I think is set in the Blood Swamps, I think. A dungeon, which is probably set in Hell. Another shot of Hell, which has some tortured Titans there. And a battlefield with a really, really strange area. I don't even know what to call it, but it's got a purple sky, and it could be set in the Sentinel world, but I don't know. We'll have to see what it is when the game comes out. Now here we have the UI menu for the shield upgrades. Here we have base upgrades and runes. Now, runes, we already know what they are from the other games, and base upgrades, I don't know what that means, but We have here Aftershock, which is an ability that needs a sort of currency, which I think is iron. Now, this tells us that there's going to be a currency in the game, which I'm fine with. I don't have a problem with it, but we'll see how it works when the game comes out. Now, all the way up here, we have the map, weapon upgrades, the shield upgrades, something else, and a check mark, which I reckon is like the objective list. We see a little bit of puzzle solving with the Slayer throwing his shield at a chain and it falling down and him zoomingly jumping on it. Now, we see the Slayer here punch the eye of something, and then we see him look up, and it is definitely Seraphim technology, as we can see in the Ancient Gods Part 2. So, I reckon the realm, the unknown realms we talked about earlier, I reckon that's the Seraphim's realm. So here they bring back key cards. Now we see here a yellow key card, but it's like been sentinelized, which I think is cool. Here we get a shot of Commander Valen, which, if you don't know, that's the Betrayer. So I reckon we'll 100% see the betrayal of the Sentinels of Argent D'Nur in this game. Now, they say that this game is going to have the largest play spaces in any Doom game, which I'm excited to see. Now, in this shot, we get our first ever look at the Tyrant, and honestly, it looks even more demonic, and it looks even better than it did in Doom Eternal. Now here, we see that they went back to the original design for the Lost Souls. Now, here we have the Sentinels. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really like their design. I do like it, no, don't get me wrong, I do like it. I just hate how modern they look. I really wish they kept the more, like, Templar design that was in 2016 and Eternal, but I don't know, dude. We also see an armored titan emerge from what I presume to be lava, and this is definitely going to be a boss fight. Here we get a shot of our main villain, and who I think is the Doomslayer. Now, I don't really know what's going on in this scene. We'll just have to see when the game comes out. Now, here we got a really funny shot of a fat-ass Maker just sitting on his ass, like being all pompous and shit. Now, Hugo says that the game is gonna start with the Doomslayer being imprisoned. Now, we don't know what that means right now, but we'll see when the game comes out. Now, here we get a few establishing shots of our characters. We have a female Sentinel Commander, I think, Commander Valen, and our main villain. Now, I'll make a separate video on who this man could be, but currently, I have no idea. We also have a few screenshots on Steam that just basically show off the game, show off some enemies, show off the main villain, show off the Slayer. That's pretty much it. However, we also have what we have here being the description for the Ultimate Edition. So pre-order and you'll unlock a skin for it, and the Ultimate Edition comes with 3 skins for the Dragon, the Slayer, and the Atlan, and DLC confirmed.